Hey guys, this is Ryan Joe. This is a video to help Nam with future clan battles. So while the game's loading, it's going to be a replay of one of our clan battles. I just wanted to go over two things that I think are really important in how you organize yourself going into battle. One of these is kind of a connotation and connection to Ender's Game, book and movie. I'm not sure if any of you have seen it, but in it there's one specific scene that is really important, very influential. And what it is if you are a leader and you're leading people, you have to manage yourself and you have to manage other people. But one of the things you do is you give people tasks. You're not telling them how to do the tasks, you're telling them to do a task. Hey, you need to guard a cap, you need to entrust they know how to guard a cap. Don't try to micromanage them, let them work how they work, but give them those tasks. Secondly, one of the things that I've found in playing competitive hockey and many other things, you'll frequently hear coaches talk about winning the personal battles, the one versus ones. You have to outperform the person you are specifically against at every specific part. You have to win the little battles to win the big battles. So now we're going into this match, first match of the night with this team. We are talking to each other. We've decided, hey, this person's taking the shots, calling the shots, we're going to listen. That's very important. You have to have that one person calling most of the shots. Listen to them. Whether or not you like it, again, they're not going to micromanage you. They are going to allow you to do what it is you need to do. You listen to them, and they will follow suit. So right now we're doing a basic strategy of everyone at B. These clan battles, they're mostly a deathmatch. A deathmatch with a little bit of cap prioritization. Now when that's being said, you kind of have to realize you don't have to cap the extra cap, but you do need to try and stop them from capping it themselves. Don't overextend. Living's more important than the cap. Let them get baited into trying to get the cap and kill them while they're trying to do so. That's one of the things that I've noticed, and I think it's a pretty astounding thing to think that everyone does it. Now, as you can see, everyone's staying at B and guarding B, and I'm going to C. The Khabarovsk is a great ship to escape in, and it's comfortable. What is it comfortable against? Destroyers. Who's likely to go completely across this map to Cap C quickly? Destroyers. What'll take a little while to get there? Cruisers and battleships. So I'm going to be comfortably in C, since I'm the fastest ship, before anyone else. And since I'm in there before anyone else, I'm going to know who's approaching me, just by the fact that even though the cab is so detectable, the Des Moines detectability is about a kilometer larger than the cab, and the Zao, although it has the same detectability, I have an opportunity to escape him. I'm faster than him, I can get away. So the likelihood is I'm going to run into one of these DDs because they're faster than the cruisers. What is the cab strong against? The destroyers. So I'm at an advantage going here. I'm going here alone because if I get in some trouble, the cab again is fast enough to disengage, run away. Always have that escape plan. You have to get out of Dodge. Also, remember, it's mostly a team deathmatch, so you don't want those people to separate. You want your group together as much as possible. Remember that.
Enemy force sighted on the horizon.
So, as we're looking here, guess what showed up? A gearing. A little side note with the cab, Angled ships, angled destroyers, are what you use AP for. Not so angled that it'll bounce, but if they're angled, they have more armor and your AP will do tons of damage because it'll penetrate without overpinning. It's a fine line. The only way you'll really get used to it is if you go to the training room and play with the angles until you find out. Now guess what's here? That's a Shimakaze and a Gearing. 2 versus 1. Am I comfortable with this? Yes. Why? Because I'm a cab, and what are cabs good against? Destroyers. I'm throwing torps so that I don't have to focus on doing the torps, and I'm going to combat this Shimakaze. Notice he shot one group of torps. I'm not sure I'll be able to dodge it. What do? I pop my speed burst to get around those torps. Guess what I do next? I slow down so that he shoots the next torps in front of me, the last set. It's kind of this nice little dance. Shimakaze's not using his guns until just then. I'm going to keep killing him until I can shoot the Gearing. I'm going to start using my repair, and I'm going to start using my heal. And I don't want this guy to torpedo me. I'm in a bad spot. I have to ram him before he torps me. That's the only thing I can do. So, it's a very quick battle where all I did was kill 2 destroyers, and I killed them quickly. No, I may have cost him my life, but guess what? That doesn't mean I'm out of it. I've designated myself as the leader already, so now guess what I get to do? I get to be an overseer and keep people in line. Keep telling them what to do, what to focus on, and get that victory. So now that C is cleared of 2 DDs, Baruka is now moving over there, and now he's got a Gearing on him. Now they're going to have a 1v1 battle, and remember, this is what I'm talking about. You have to be comfortable with your ship. Recognize what you can and cannot combat, and do so appropriately. Is a Shimakaze going to be good against the Gearing? No, but it's doable, and you have to be comfortable with what's doable. Notice everyone here is focusing on the Kerfer. Since he is detected, he is going to get piled. Jeffster is going to play with the Des Moines. Why? Because that Des Moines is going forward and reversing over and over again on the corner. Guess what you can't do very well when you're idling back and forth? Dodge torpedoes. Notice how he only launched 1 rack of torpedoes though. That's because he's not sure that they'll hit because he's backing up. Secondly, you only need 2 torpedoes to hit. There's no reason to launch all of your torpedoes in a Shimakaze. You want to keep them in reserve. Use them sparingly and wisely. So it's at about this time where we recognize, hey, this is outbeached, he's a good target. Hey, the Des Moines doesn't actually have torpedoes, so if you bum rush him around the corner, he might get 1 shot on you, but he's not going to kill you. Guess what that means? That's right, you can round the corner and kill him with torpedoes pretty easily. Notice again, he only shot 1 spread of torps into that smoke to get that Gearing out of there. And he's heading towards the Des Moines. Crazy to think, Shimakaze versus Des Moines. Doesn't seem straight, but he's at so much health that if he hugs that corner well enough, that Des Moines is only going to get him with 1, maybe 2 shots, and that shouldn't kill him. And he's going to get those torps off. So Jeff is planning his move carefully to be able to do that to the Des Moines. Get around him. Remember, his turret rotation is only so fast, so once you cross his bow, he can't catch you with your turrets. He can't. Here the Des Moines sees him coming. He's trying to reverse. He's stopping going forward. He's not sure what to do. He goes ahead and starts pushing. He's panicking. He misses the first shots. There's shot number 1 that hits. See, there's half his health. AA Recon helped him a ton. But look, he got the torps off and he's dead. And guess what? His torps that missed the Des Moines are going to hit the battleship that were behind him. It was a good play. and it helped out a ton. Notice the Zhao that beached earlier, pretty low health as well. Not sure if you noticed this, but back over here, guess what happened? Baruka versus the Gearing. Shimakaze versus the Gearing. Guess where the Gearing got himself stuck into? That little cubbyhole, and he didn't stand a chance. Baruka did a good job, and in fact he did such a good job, he's still at almost full health, but now he's got the other Gearing on him. Or actually, I think that was a Shimakaze. Yes, it was. That's a Shima. And here is the Gearing. Notice, again, he's spotted. We have our defending group. Remember, defending. We want them to have to push. We want them to have to get themselves in positions they don't want to be. So that's why the early advantage is great. It puts them in a hard spot. They have to extend, they have to separate, they have to push. They can push together, but they're going to have to push through walls of torpedoes because we have our Shimas. Pushing through walls of torpedoes means you can't evade. Guess what an inability to evade means? It means our Montana, or whatever battleship we have, can broadside the crap out of them since they can't turn because of torp pressure. That's what's great about this strategy of mostly defend. Also remember, Shimakazes, or anybody, your guns do damage. You have to be comfortable with them. And with that comes the part that you have to be accurate. Make your shots count. They have to hit. And it's up to you whether or not they're going to hit. You have to predict how he's going to dodge, especially if you're shooting at him multiple times. How is he reacting every time? How can I plan accordingly? How can I change my volley of shots so that they will land? That's all real-time things that are taking into consideration when playing these battles. Now again, this battle specifically, we instantly got 2 kills to their 1 kill within the first 3 minutes of the game. We had 1 cap, and they had 1 cap. Pretty even. But we're comfortable where we're at because we had a ship advantage. We sent another ship to sea. Guess what? He won his 1 versus 1 battle because if they sent 2 ships over there, once they would send 2 ships over there and we could overwhelm a group, we would pounce on A. As soon as they sent and spread their group too thin, we would pounce because our group is together. We don't care about that cap, we care about our group. Our group's survivability is what matters. We have 3 ships right beside each other pushing. No one can stop that. They are not going to be able to stop that with just 1 or 2 ships. So just remember, it's a chess match. Listen to people, listen to the guy that's in command, but if you're the guy in command, again, don't try to micromanage. Give them a task, but don't tell them how to do their task. I'm not saying, hey Recon, you are too broadside, you need to close that gap. Wallace, you're broadside too, come on, don't do that. No, just say, hey, kill that ship. Do what you need to do. Also, do things like remind people, hey Scorpia, you're actually at really low health. Try and back up a little bit, let Wallace take the heat, or so on and so forth. Switch out. Living is important. It's very important. If you're at low health, go ahead and rotate back. What did Romans do? What did all of these groups do in the past? When the front line gets tired, you rotate them out to the next group. It's continuously how you do it. You want your guns active, live, and still in battle. Alright? So that's my first recording today. I'm going to have a few more just to prep for Clan Wars today since I won't be able to partake.